Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Link to the Past League Season 5 race. Today we have Daaanty and Andy representing the Unadulterated Gaming Squad at 10-3 versus HayfieldBay and Obscure Lifeform representing Noble Foxes. I am Ladin, joined today on comms by Furious Prince. How are you today?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. And a big thank you to SarahUX and Relkan for handling our click and our tracking today. Fantastic, Frank. Thank you very much. Maybe we'll go ahead and have just Furious go into the mode a little bit.
Yeah, so this is week 7. It's Co-op Enemizer. It's a 7-7 open defeat Ganon with enemy shuffle, a full boss shuffle. So we'll be seeing at least one of every boss and 3 extras. And all of our runners will have starting boots to kick the seat off.
And this is the last day of the regular season, if you will. The playoffs are going to be coming up pretty soon. In terms of relevance towards races and scores and things, Perfectly Unadulterated Gaming Squad has already secured the playoff spot. Noble Foxes is unfortunately eliminated. So this race is going to be a good one, but in terms of actually meaning anything towards any other teams or anything, it's unfortunately pretty well set at this point.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race between these two teams, regardless of the outcome. Yeah, Noble Foxes unfortunately can't make playoffs, but it is going to be a great race to see if they can just go up against PUGS. And we're off.
That's a good hook shot there, right in Sanctuary.
Andy and Daaanty deciding to go the same way on east side.
Makes sense. Nobody's going to miss that hook shot for too long, and it's not going to have any relevance towards anything very quickly, so it's fine. And Obscure Lifeform knowingly gets to use the boots, get some bombs. And going to get another bomb for Kakariko.
Daaanty picking up that hook shot there in Sanctuary.
Oh, that's a bow.
It's always nice to go and find a bow when you're in the eastern area.
Normally it'd be like, yay, bow, let's go to Eastern. Hold your horses. We don't have a lamp. We don't have a fire rod or a fire source. And it's probably not Armos, so probably want to hold off in Eastern for just a little bit.
Yeah, you never know what's going to be back there. If it was normal, I'm pretty sure all of our runners are capable to do dark rooms, regardless of the right side or the back, but they don't know what's back there, and they don't have really a weapon to go and destroy anything other than the bow.
Exactly, they don't even have any defense, and there could be Lionels or any number of things that can one-shot him at this point. That's a blue potion on Lumberjack. Not gonna worry about that.
Andy getting hearts there from the tree pole.
That's a shovel from your uncle. That's a red cane from the back of the well there.
That's something that I'm pretty sure all of our runners want to go and see early on.
Speaking of Lionels, poor Andy. Obscure.
Thank you for pointing out in chat that the lamp was actually in Bunkrock, so both of the runners do have the lamp. Or both teams at least know where the lamp is.
I totally missed that.
And Bombo's there on Sick Kid.
It's not bad at all. At least the lamp will make traversing the Death Mountain play a little bit easier when they get the glove, because they do have the hook shot for East Death Mountain, but first you gotta find that glove.
Stuart did find that bottle there in the back of Tavern, so it's going to be a very easy thing for all of our runners to go and get that Bombos right away.
And Andy with the game knowledge, taking that fish all the way to the vendor, getting some bombs and a little bit of money.
Oh, goodness. Obscure is going to have a difficult time there.
Getting out should be interesting.
Obscure taking the hit from the thief. Obviously, the only thing you really want to keep back from them is you want to make sure you have those bombs.
Absolutely. And HayfieldBay making the same play with the fish, getting some money and rewards.
It's not a bad idea. You're that close to Kakariko. It'll give you an assortment of items, a guaranteed bomb at the least.
Yeah, the 8 bombs is well worth it. Saves you $50. Plus, you get 20 anyway from it, so definitely a worthy turn in if you can.
Andy, unfortunately, taking that death there in the back of in escape. Gonna decide to go back and finish it up.
We did not catch what was on race game, but Obscure is going for it.
I agree with Funny Man in chat that Obscure carrying a fish would be the greatest thing.
That'd be amazing. Oh, it's $50. All right, little money. Yeah, I gotta need that key, Andy. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you gonna say?
I was about to say, Andy looked like he's about ready to walk out with that key. Daaanty walked in there, and I don't think he actually grabbed what was in Chicken Hut. I think he saw the thieves and decided to walk out.
And the thing is that Andy does not have the lamp yet, it looks like, according to the tracker. Does he?
I don't think he has gone over to Bunk Rocks, but our tracker in chat making a very excellent point. The sword was in the boomerang chest, so he at least had some sort of defense right there. He's definitely telling Daaanty about that. Daaanty will be picking that up here at some point.
And Andy did pick up a glove from Zelda's cell, so gonna get that lantern pretty quick here and go up Death Mountain, I bet.
The tracker's telling us that neither of the lower half runners have gone to Bonk Rocks yet to pick up that lamp.
Oh look, more Lionel's in the back of Escape.
Not enough Lionels. We need more.
Need more spikes. It's a half vanilla mini Moldorm cave from Obscure. And there's the other bow. Holy cow. These runners are going to have silvers here in a matter of minutes.
Daaanty deciding not to go and pick up that $50 on race game.
Bottle number 3 we know about there in the big spot. Oh, there's a 300 in the well I did not catch earlier from Obscure. But then again, I don't know if he got it. His money, he does not have over 300 right now.
Just bombs there in Ice Rock Cave. And more bombs that were under the water.
Okay, so HayfieldBay making the good choice to go to Escape. Gonna find your sword, gonna find your glove. And I think there's also an item in Dark Cross. I think we found the map on the key. I could be wrong.
No, the key is in Dark Cross.
Oh, is it? Okay. And from Agina, we get 20 bucks.
Blue goo there in the waterfall ferry.
Not gonna turn down free blue goo. And the bonus is the bug net. Heck yeah. That was great. Stun the guard just drowns. Gotta be careful of that dead rock, holy moly.
And there's the sword from Hayfield. Andy now picking up his lamp.
Looks like a full heart from the man under the bridge. Not gonna turn that down in an enemizer. And fairies from the little lift guys there.
Daaanty getting his first bow of the scene.
Oh gosh, Ball and Chain Guard, how you doing?
Makes you start to wonder why the old man's standing right there, but I guess he's feeling really protected.
No kidding. No rollers. Very few Lionels so far. This game's easy mode so far. They got this.
I don't know, they haven't seen any crabs just yet.
Uh-oh, Andy, better be careful. And that's a Burna. That's not going to be turned down. Andy just doing what he does, hovering across to it.
I just wanted to answer the question in chat. I believe that it is worth going and grab silvers. It's an easy location. It's pretty much Sphere 1, and you never know if you're going to need it later on just to make things easier. You could always feel behind at some point, and having silvers could make that time just disappear.
Yeah, you could always just end up going through most of the game with a fighter's sword and having something like that. The silvers for multiple Vitreous fights, Armos Knights, there could just be too much of a time save there.
Yeah, there's just too many things open for all the runners right now that it might just be that they haven't gone over there. Like, Obscure is going to go pick up his silvers right about now.
Is it something you have to prioritize right now? Not so much. We're not doing dungeons yet, but you know, you grab it before going into Eastern, stuff like that.
I'm wondering if Obscure forgot his lamp.
Oh, that's a hammer on Spec Rock. I did not see that when Andy was up there.
Daaanty now about ready to go grab his sword and his glove.
Now, we did get flippers and a cape from Paradox. Flippers may be required. We do have a pendant at Desert and a couple of regular crystals at Eastern and Hira. So chances of having a crystal at Swamp, pretty good.
Andy about to make his way south. Pretty sure he might go and grab that 300 from the front of the dam and then go and grab his silver arrows from Mini Moldrum Cave.
I think the 300's a must at this point. You don't know the status of Zora and this in Logic, and you still got Pod to open, Dig Game, Chest Game. You still got money to spend.
Yeah, it's one of those items that's like, it's easy, it's nice to get to, it's an early check, you don't really need anything for it, might as well just grab it. You never know how much money you'll need later on.
Exactly.
Moon Pearl was there in Eastern, so Obscure has just a little bit more information that he can let Hayfield know about afterwards.
I still think that I don't know why Obscure's being the one in Eastern though, with Hayfield the one with the lamp though. It's curious.
Obscure does not have the glove, so Hayfield's deciding to go to the mountain first.
Got you. Well, Obscure's in trouble here, unfortunately. And Obscure also does not have that sword from Escape, so cannot use that bombo. Oh, there he goes.
Wondering if in their head they were thinking, oh yeah, I could just, do this without the lamp, it's a dark room that I know, and then realizes, oh wait, Enemizer.
Yep, Enemizer's a thing, and the enemies in there aren't too terrible, but the issue is you can't use your bombos due to no sword, you don't have a lot of protection, and not a lot of offense at this point besides some arrows, so dangerous.
Daaanty picking up Kana Burner there in Spec Rock.
Hey, Andy's back. There he is. We're gonna get a look at Zora. Are we a scam? Are we required? I'm betting scam, but that's the usual. Daanty's heading in to get those silver arrows. And it's a scam. 1/25th return. Holy moly. Actually, it's going to be worse than that. It's 1/100th of return. Yeah. Math is hard. Okay, but Obscure's doing escape. Gotta get that glove, gonna get the sword.
And he's making the Aga play.
Oh, that's spicy. We don't require Aga. This is not good for them, but it is not a horrible time loss.
We might still need Aga unless they find a second glove somewhere. But Daanty's going over to Eastern, so he'll find his Moon Pearl. Andy probably wishing he'll have had that before going in here, but it's one of those live and let learn.
That's true. I forgot we know where the hammer is, but we don't have a mirror. So a mirror could definitely be on Pyramid or Pod. Or frankly, they have access to West Dark World too, so mirror could be in a lot of places right now. And we know what Andy's not going to find is the Moon Pearl. Daaanty is about to get that.
Hayfield also making the Eastern play. Pretty sure he's going to go grab his Moon Pearl before making the Aga climb as well. To answer the question, no, we do not know what is in the back of EP just yet. Obscure went in there but did not have the lamp.
Do we know what the boss is for Eastern yet?
I don't think we found the compass, and I don't think there was a map check.
Okay,
Daaanty deciding not to play any games and just get bomboses everything in that room.
And Obscure still not getting the lamp before climbing Death Mountain. It was right on the way. I'm very surprised.
I mean, Obscure won the main tournament this year. I'm not going to put anything past that they don't know what they're doing. That they do know what they're doing is what I mean to say.
There's some of the crabs you were talking about, hanging out in Eastern. Ugh!
Back to Bombos. Roken, yeah, no, it is absolutely a mistake to go and miss the lamp. Especially in Enemizer, but it's more just trying to make a positive out of him skipping it. Give me a nice fight here from Daaanty. Having those silvers is going to make it even easier.
Okay, I think Obscure is finally picking up that lamp. Okay, dungeon number 1 down for either team. Daaanty getting Helmasaur King down in Eastern Palace for crystal number 1.
When you were young, did you use the hammer on Helmasaur, or did you use bombs?
Let's see. Probably the hammer, to be honest with you. I use bombs nowadays. 4 bombs, 1 hammer hit.
It never occurred to me when I was first playing this game that they gave you the hammer in that dungeon for a reason.
I think I was only like 11 or 12 when this game came out, so my wits were not about me. I could have used anything. I think Ice Palace stuck me for weeks, though. Okay, just a heart piece on Pyramid, so Andy is probably heading for Eastern.
Yeah, not a bad play. He'll get that Moon Pearl there. He can also finish off Helmasaur.
But from what we've seen here, you are absolutely right a couple minutes ago. It is an Agazine.
Speaking of finishing off Helmasaur, really nice fight there from Hayfield. Picking up his first crystal as well. Hayfield picking up his bottle from the dig site.
Free bottles, got 11. Plus you got free blue goo if you want.
Yeah, Lumberjack's fully available now.
And we'll get this opportunity and this bit of a lull to remind everybody, links are in chat. Don't forget to give everybody a follow. Daaanty, HayfieldBay, Andy, and Obscure Lifeform. All fantastic runners, top of the game. Heck, while you're at it, follow Furious Prince and follow our trackers, Sarah UX and Relkin96. All doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, don't forget to give Lana a follow as well. Right now, we're just kind of watching all of our runners go and following each other's footsteps in some sort of way. The only one that still has not done Easter to completion is Obscure after Andy beats it. So we'll probably see Obscure go and finish up Eastern afterwards.
Now, there's nothing pressing in their left, so could finish it up. Maybe if Pod's a crystal, you get a mirror. Maybe you could combine it then and just go in there with a bunch of better gear or something. I don't know, we'll see.
If you are just joining us, yes, both teams need to go and do AGA to go and get to the Dark World. We know where our hammer is for Dark World access. However, it is on top of Spec Rock, so both teams need to have the mirror to go and get it. And the mirror could currently be in so many places. We've got access to
Pod, Catfish, West Arkworld, with Thieves Town, part of Skullwoods, south towards Hype Cave, you name it. Probably the mirror in there somewhere, but eh.
Hayfield Head unfortunately has to reclimb up Agus Tower. So not going to be the easiest for him to go in and catch up, but they're doing it.
I did not even see what happened, oh gosh.
Daaanty with a nice Aga fight.
Okay, Pendants at Skull, TR, Reds at Thieves Town, and Meyer.
Extreme Big Mac, we are live. We are all the way live.
It's a pre-recorded live stream, just kidding. We're all live. Okay, we have once again Perfect Unadulterated Gaming Squad splitting up a little bit. We've got Daaanty heading towards Pod, we've got Andy heading towards Catfish, probably West Arkworld. And Obscure's heading straight towards Catfish as well.
Yeah, not a bad thing to do. You don't have Hammer to go south, so your obvious choices are just to go this way, to Catfish and then Pod.
They've got enough gear that Pod won't be too hard to double dip. No half magic, but we do have Blue Cane, making the bridge a little bit safer to run across.
$20 at the fish.
Evil shield.
Hayfield now beginning their Aga fight.
Technically bow-locked in Pod, but we got both of them. Oh, another 300 sitting on bumper ledge. Probably not getting that.
Andy heading into Skull Woods before Village of Outcasts.
It's not a bad play. 2 items in here, just as much could be in here as anywhere else, and if you could knock it out early, that's not bad. I kind of consider Skullwoods like the overworld. It's just good to go in. Oh, wait. Is the jump messed up because there's a jumping enemy in the room? Or the bomb jump, is that messed up because there's a jumping enemy?
I am not sure.
Because he used a bomb and then it shot him south.
Andy deciding to hover instead of doing the bomb jump anyways. Obscure doing the Samaria lock check, or the button locked checks first. I unfortunately missed what was in it.
As did I. Hey, it's our first roller and shop of the room in Skullwoods. And a pokey! That's quite the room. Oh, there's no enemies, that means there's a hand? Oh wait, there's always a hand in this room, what am I talking about?
Radical Sniper letting us know in chat that the bomb jump was messed up because of the airborne enemies that were in the room.
We did see a full heart container from the south chest in Skullwoods. That's at least one item. I don't know what was in the big key chest, though. I think we're about to find out, though. Oh, never mind. Andy's leaving.
Yeah, we found both items. Our tracker's letting us know that Skullwoods is the pendant and Argus is the boss, so no real need to go back there.
Just bombs in the C-shaped house. And an easy bridge in pod. Holy cow. Daaanty taking his time being like, okay, where's the beamos? Where's the spike? And it's, oh, hi, Ice Rod. Okay, so
You're taking a death instead of wasting that key there in Skull Woods. Not a bad play at all.
And Daaanty did find an Ice Rod in pod. Oh, there's the mirror. So that's their hammer. Double dip pod required.
Gross. I'm more surprised that Crystal Pod had actually something useful in it.
Right? Usually pendant pod you gotta fear. And the red meringue, practically go mode.
Hayfield also in pods, so eventually he will find that Ice Rod and the mirror as well.
And Andy has already got the key to Thieves Town. I cannot see Daaanty putting off that hammer before Thieves Town for sure.
Oh, absolutely not. You already have the Dark World access. You can go grab that hammer with ease. What? Oh, sorry. Never mind. I thought he had stayed in Dark World when he saved and quit there. I didn't realize he had mirrored.
Yeah, I think he teleported out of pod, mirrored to Eastern, and then saved and quit. Heads up play. I would just saved and quit from inside a pod and be like, ah, crud, I killed Ag already. Daaanty will give us our first look into Tower of Hera as well. I mean, I think the only boss we can't beat right now is Trinex, so not much at this tower that could actually stop him.
I think you're right. I think Trinex might actually be the only boss that they can't beat at this point.
Looks like a vanilla blind.
Yeah, a nice fight here with Obscure.
Okay, and first Crystal for Obscure, second for Team Noble Foxes. I have not been able to keep as much track of Thieves' Town as I wanted, though, so I don't know if the big chest will have an item or not.
Did Andy not do blind first before clearing out the rest?
Don't think so. I mean, for his team, I would think that they would have gone ahead and have Andy just finish and then have Daaanty go to the basement with the hammer, but it's fine. Okay, HayfieldBay getting that Ice Rod. Just one room away from that mirror as well.
Andy heading on up for round 2 with Vitreous.
And this, chat, is why you don't avoid silvers early. Alright, Andy picking up crystal number 2 for him. Was that a tempered on Vidi? No, wait, that couldn't have been. That means you'd have to have Master Sword.
There's the mirror there for Hayfield.
And that was something red on Daanty's side, probably just a big 20 or something. Okay, Obscure giving us our first look at the Hype Cave. Oh, hi, Mets. How you doing? Okay, Obscure saving quitting from Hype Cave, probably heading east towards Pod to get those goodies. Pretty good, though, for Team Perfect Unadulterated Gaming Squad. And you'll be able to take those mitts, knock out Hera, get that hammer, and get Dark Death Mountain done at the same time.
Yeah, and it's still too early to call on who's in the lead. Hayfield picking up his hammer right there. But both these teams have made excellent choices in their routing.
Ending running across some bushes, finds a little spike there. It's hard to say who's in the lead for sure. I'd say if I had to give the edge to somebody, it'd probably be Andy and Daaanty because they've just been a little cleaner overall. But there's still plenty of time to look for a fire rod. Because if I'm not mistaken, unless we need Ether or Quake, that's go mode. Oh yeah, we need a flute, don't we?
Yeah, yeah, they need the flute.
My head at Turtle Rock and Meyer switched around.
I think the thing that could make this seed would be perfect is if the flute is on pedestal.
That would be evil, and I'm here for it. Kingstoon we get. Full heart container. Oh, it's Sank Heart.
To respond, yes, we actually might need Fire Rod. It's not a guarantee that we need it, just because we don't know where Trinex might be. We don't know anything beyond just that Skullwoods is dependent.
We have no sign of a Trinex yet, so the chances of getting Trinex in the next boss are higher and higher every time we see something that's not. Okay, big chest from Thieves Town with Daaanty is $1. Not a lot of health for Daaanty, gotta be a bit careful. May have a blue potion from the waterfall fairy, but you prefer to preserve it.
That bringing up a great point. We are still 2 from go, but the other item that we're missing besides the flute is a sword.
So go -2 to 3 at this point. It's fine, there's like 3 swords in Swamp.
That would be beautiful.
Which we do have full access to at this point. And big chest from Hera has $300.
Daaanty fighting the book there on Graveyard Ledge. That is an excellent find.
Is it?
Well, let's get into Desert Palace, which, yes, it's a green pendant, but a green pendant is still better than a normal pendant.
And HayfieldBay taking out Vitreous from the other side of the wall. Gotta get that 20 or else. Okay, crystal number 2 for HayfieldBay. A roller coming quickly for Daaanty, but gets the portal in time. And Andy about to get that Ice Rod and Mirror as well. Oh, HayfieldBay taking a death just a step before finishing Spy Cave. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunately, his second most disappointing death or heartbreaking death, the first one being in Agus Tower, definitely wasn't the best. Put them behind by a little bit, getting out into the Dark World.
Not much going on in K45, but Daaanty on a straight edge towards Swamp Palace. And Plus does have that book and scout out Bombos whenever.
I think that might be... Oh no, he's going to go to Swamp first. Obscure now going to try his hand at Spike Cave.
And Hayfield picking up 2 blue potions.
And just a piece of heart.
It's also unfortunate that given the loadout of these players, if you save and quit from a Spike Cave, you're starting at the Pyramid. And as expected, Andy giving us a first look at Dark Death Mountain. Daaanty giving us our first look at Swamp Palace.
Hayfield about ready to pick up his miss as well.
Could be the hard part about this Enemizer co-op is if one player gets a lot of hearts, how many is the other player going to get? And that's kind of the situation that Team Noble Foxes is going through, is that HayfieldBay has skipped a lot of health that Bibscare's gotten, which is definitely playing a part in the deaths.
Andy had found out that Ether is required for TR, so let's just hope that neither one of these teams actually has to go and dip it. And that is also bottle percent, according to chat.
Kind of. We still have our bottle on Lumberjack, which we're not going to get, so it's no percent. I don't know.
Chad also bringing up that Hayfield is still on green mail. He decided to skip out on the blue mail upgrade that was there in pod. So definitely just not making his life easier by grabbing it.
Okay, Team Noble Fox is dipping into Swamp Palace as well. There's a sword right where it should be.
Our tracker's in chat, keeping us updated on what's happening on Andy's side. He just did Spike Cave, so he also just grabbed that piece of heart as well.
And we have a second Helmasaur King in Swamp Palace, so very doable.
After that, we won't see Helma at all again, so that just increases the chances of another Trinax.
It does. This Fire Rod's looking needed. And we have Helmasaur King down, and Andy is heading into Ice Palace.
Oh, there's Fire Rod.
Well, that was easy.
Hang on, I think I haven't. That was easy button around here somewhere. So this does raise the question, though. Do you decide to go back to Ice Palace knowing that Fire Rod's there before finishing up in Ice Palace? Sorry, you go to Swamp Palace before finishing up Ice Palace.
It's early enough, it wouldn't make a huge difference, and frankly, you'd also have an additional sword. And if there ends up being a Trinax in Ice Palace, then yeah. I'd say check this first chest since you're here and just bail, to be honest with you. Swamp Palace to be quick because you know what to check, what not to check. By the time you get to the end, you'll be able to be told if left side swamp is needed. And last but not least, swamp is a crystal. But I guess you're Andy, so staying in Ice Palace, not the worst play.
Yeah, it's not a bad play. Both Swamp and Ice Palace are both crystals, so it's an easy check for all of it. Noble Fox is looking like they're doing the exact same play. Top runner going with Swamp Palace, bottom runner going with Ice Palace.
No compass in sight so far from Ice Palace. Why is it that Enemizer tends to spawn compasses on bosses? That's just rude. Oh, swell, it's the big key on left side swamp.
I 100% agree with our tracker in chat that next year needs to be Ambrosia Enemizer.
That would be nice. That does, of course, guarantee, I think, an item would be on the boss, so that'd mean that compasses would be available before the boss. I mean, it'd kind of get rid of the game of chance, of course. But it'd be fine.
Hayfield making the right play there, not doing left side swamp that we know of, since left side didn't hold anything.
Well, at this point, I think if your team Noble Foxes, you're like, we've taken a couple unfortunate deaths, I think it's about time we start playing on it. Gambling here. Okay, Bombus, what do you got? Thanks.
A little bit of love.
Ooh, Andy making the desert play, or at least looking at ledge. Yeah, he's going in.
Daaanty.
Oh, you're right, Dan. I'm just looking at Pugs. Andy's in Ice Palace still.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like Andy found anything in Ice Palace.
Our container, single arrow. Eh. That's a land mount.
Daaanty.
And Hayfield almost got stomped by a couple of big Stalfos there. Having to pull out a blue potion, poor guy.
Oh, there's our flute. So, unless a medallion is needed, Team Pugs is in go mode.
Yeah, pending Meyer pendant. Yeah, that's good for them.
And yeah, actually, that book was 100% required. So Daaanty is definitely telling Andy to go grab the book from Graveyard Ledge. Just a reminder, folks, we are less than an hour into this seed.
Daaanty is about to tell Andy if they should be looking for Ether or Quake 2. And Obscure takes down the boss in Ice, gets crystal number 3. Okay, Meyer, what say you? We're in go mode.
To answer the question, chat, no, book was on Graveyard Ledge.
And Andy is beelining it for Desert as we speak. Still has to go to Swamp, get that sword, get that fire rod there. But frankly, yeah, it's fine.
Well, and I like what Andy did too. He didn't do Hera as well, knowing that TR is not required for the seed. So he decided to not do Hera so that when he just has that crystal left, he can do it and then mirror back over to get to GT. So excellent play on Andy's part too.
Oh my god, so many shadows!
The only thing that can make this seed better for Pugs is if this is a Godmire.
Like, pick up a sword here, big key in the other chest. It's like, come on, game. But no, we just get a small key there.
If it had been big key, they could have just hovered that gap.
True.
Noble Fox is just playing catch up at this point, finishing up Thieves Town with Hay, and Obscure is doing Swamp Palace now, so he will also find that sword that Hay found earlier.
The book is the big thing that Noble Foxes really needs to find, but that desert trip after the book is also key. That is pretty much a Godmire for them, so well on their way to beating all the dungeons. And Andy going to get that sword and fire rod from Swamp Palace. And Daaanty forgetting that, hey, you didn't even hit the switch. Why'd you hit the switch after not hitting the switch? Happens to the best of us. You're in go mode, suddenly it's like, brain.
Yeah, I don't think that on PUG's mind that they're thinking that they're behind at all. Everywhere they've gone, they found something of use. And even if they do feel somewhat behind, they haven't taken any deaths that we know that they're not behind. We know that they're ahead, but they might think that they could have played something better than they have. Who knows?
Yeah, they'll just play their game. They've been clean, like you said, no deaths. Almost everywhere they've gone has had progression except, what, Ice Palace? And even then, they were divvying up their checks, so it works out fine. Crystal, anyway.
Yeah, they did it because they had to.
And HayfieldBay picks up another crystal from Thieves Town. Does need to make their way up a bit northeast, though. Use that mirror.
Obscure doing left side swamp, which is something Hayfield didn't do. Thankfully that Hayfield won't get punished for it, but Obscure checking it anyways.
And unfortunately for them, they're doing the purple chest now, taking them further away from the greater ledge.
Maybe, maybe not. Looks like they're heading up that way.
Oh, we're just walking it, okay. This actually works out super well because that purple chest will lead them right into desert.
Yeah, it really was just going to be a question of, do they look at that book and say, oh, well, we have Master Sword, let's go check tablets first. But you're right, they probably will take it all the way to desert with the purple chest.
Which means that Team Noble Foxes is just a couple minutes from go mode 2. But that is a couple minutes that Perfect Unadulterated Gaming Squad has been go moding, unfortunately. Ooh, and Hayfield almost mirroring without the purple chest.
Might still get caught up with that because of where their portal is. I don't know if they'll catch the purple chest on exiting Graveyard Ledge.
We'll see. They may have just enough room to lift a bomb. Or cape through it, that's fine. Oh, turn the cape on before leaving the cave, that's smart. And Hayfield contemplating what they're doing. Oh, they're just gonna run, okay.
Not a bad play at all. Andy picking up his fire rod after Obscure picked up his.
Alright, so Daaanty has Ice Palace to clean up, Pod to clean up. Andy has, Pod to clean up, Mire to do, which is a quick go mode, Hero to clean up.
And then just a quick flick back to the Dark World.
Okay, Obscure, unfortunately not in the Dark World, not getting that book. Hayfield does get a blue mail upgrade from Purple Chest. Uh-oh, does not appear to be heading towards desert. Oh, checking. Oh, Bombas tablet. Right.
Yeah, unfortunately, even if Hayfield does discover that the flute is in desert, Obscure still would need to go pick up that book and then follow the tracks to desert.
Well, going to be cleaning up Eastern as you need to do. You're going to be cleaning up Pod as you need to do. So picking up 2 crystals, and by then, HayfieldBay will relay that Ether or Quake is not required. So this works out okay for Obscura, still getting 2 crystals before getting told that, yeah, you're in go mode.
So boss-wise, we've seen 2 Helmosaurs, 1 Landmo, 1 Argus, and 1 Vitreous, if I'm counting correctly.
Sounds right. I'm blind, I think. Did you say blind?
Oh, and blind. Okay. So that still means we have not seen a Mothula, we haven't seen a Moldorm, and we haven't seen a Trinex.
Or Cold Stare.
Yeah, and none of the bosses matter anymore because they have both the Fire Rod and Ice Rod. But it is just going to mean what happens when they get to GT.
Okay, Hayfield, you need to save and quit.
What else could they be looking for? Another sword, probably?
Medallion, a sword, something. Okay, there we go. So Obscure will know by the time he finishes pod that they're in go mode. And thankfully from their location, it's not horrible to run up towards Catfish and just hang a left and hook shot across and get your book. Oh, there's a Trinex hanging out in pod. So pod very much a double dip, with that mirror getting you both your hammer and your fire rod.
Maybe that's why the logic was a double dip.
At least nobody went right back into pod, being like, hey, we could beat this. No, we can't.
Yeah, boss shuffle is one of those where it's like, alright, can I beat every boss if it's thrown my way? No? Alright, then I'm not going to go in there.
And Obscure going into the Trinex fight at the same time Andy is cleaning up.
An excellent fight.
Very good fight. Running a little bit low on magic, but pulls it out.
Obscure having used his blue potion to refill the magic and health.
Yeah, who knew that Trinex was such a big fan of seafood?
Ooh.
I'm here all night. Okay, Trinex down for Obscure Lifeform. And as was... Sorry, go ahead.
Meanwhile, Daanty's going into Trinex.
And Obscure is knowing that they're in go mode now, so time to start rushing some dungeons. Unfortunately, just a little bit behind Perfect Unadulterated Gaming Squad.
To answer the question, chat, no. Enemizer is not the reason for that. The reason for the compass being nicer in this mode is because of the full boss shuffle. It lets you know which boss is at the end of it before you actually have to get there. Maps don't do anything in this mode. Alright, and with that, Daaanty picks up his 7th crystal. So now, if you've never been to this channel before, we like to play a little game here. It's called the GT Big Key game. There's 22 checks in the lower half of GT that you can go and check to find the big key at. Throw your numbers in chat, and I just want to ask, where do you think it's going to be?
1 to 22, go! You have until we enter GT, chat. You know the rules.
Lana, where are you going to call it for?
I'm going to go with 9 because it's a relatively low number. How about you?
I usually always go 13, but I'm going to go with 11 today.
Ooh, midway. Nice.
I'm seeing a lot of 22s in chat. This has been a very nice seed. Don't do this to our runners.
Okay, chat. Yeah, about another 20, 25 seconds to get your guess in. 1 to 22. Where's the key? Oh, never mind. You have like 45 seconds. We're doing Hookshot Cave. Looking for a sword, life, whatever. Ew.
Shield. Bottles.
Okay, that's nice. Little safety for Daaanty. I'm disappointed in you though, Daaanty, getting that shield.
Oh, so you're a non-shielder.
Yeah. But not for the reasons you may think. I like the functionality of shields, I will say that. But they're so huge, they block the sprites. Like, all this hard work that the people put in for these sprites, and then, like, the mere shield just takes up the entirety of the screen. It basically fills the entirety of the screen.
I don't think there's a person here who has never seen the pug sprite before. They can deal without seeing the pug for a little while. Oh, it was 2.
Apparently 2's the winner, chat. And I do see a 2, but it was way down there. Let's see.
Only one person guessed 2. So congratulations for your internet points.
Wow, Kragon. GGC, you're the first person to guess 2. You win a lifetime supply of randomizer seeds brought to you by ALTTPR.com and the utmost respect from Furious Prince and I. Alright, the next guest, chat. What are we going to see on the climb? What 2 bosses do we have on the climb? I'm thinking Cold Stare at Moldorm 2. I'm thinking Armos Knights at Lammo 2. What do you think?
Not really sure. I'm expecting Armos on Lammo 2, and I'm expecting Vanilla Moldorm 2.
And you're realizing that he hasn't beaten Harry yet.
Well, then that just takes away the genius play that I thought that he had. Obscure now picking up his flute there in Desert.
Oh my gosh, that room in Ice Palace, I missed that.
They gave him one of the easier bosses for this room.
Mobula, aw man. Okay, Andy, now you're allowed to enter.
At what point, if you're Noble Foxes, do you start thinking that you're behind?
Unfortunately, they already probably do. They're both very good at what they do, and they just had a little unfortunate turn of luck, and they know who they're facing, so most likely they're waiting for the dot done.
Welcome, Raiders, with a area with a party of 18. Get to join in and watching your pugs finish up this seed here at GT.
Daaanty playing a little bit around with that spike there.
I agree with chat. Too easy of a seed. Reroll this.
I second that. I can stay for a second, Com. How about you?
Somebody call beer. When beer rolls the seed, nobody wants to play it.
True. Beer, where are you?
Of course, for those of you who don't know, that was just a joke.
True. Oh, just a vanilla Trolldorm 2. You're right! Kind of.
Well, there's the troll.
And oh gosh. How's it going there? Waiting for us in the basement, ready to shoot fireballs at us. Oh, I thought Danny was getting knocked off again.
That brings up an excellent point. Not a hover.
Oh, hovering's not that hard, just press A fast. Validation powder, good times. To answer a question in chat, we had one. Pod. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
it was in our double dip required pod.
Yep, you had to go into pod to get your... Well, technically pod had your ice rod, which is funny enough, but it had your mirror, and then... What was it? Top of Spec Rock had your hammer, and the boss of Swamp Palace had your fire rod.
And Master Sword was inside of Swamp Palace.
That too.
Yeah, an area. Yeah, losing to Tempered would be a really bad way to lose the seed if you skip that. So we agree. I don't know how much you've seen of this so far, but silvers were really early on in the seed. One bow was in Sahashla's closet, the other one was in Mini Moldorm Cave.
As obscure fights are... Daaanty pulling out the Samaria strats on Ganon. Still haven't practiced that.
Yeah, and unfortunately it looks like Pugs are going to finish up long before Noble Foxes do. Obscure picking up his actual last crystal, so he should be starting to make his way to the climb.
And HayfieldBay is actually on their last fight as well before. So we're going to get them into GT at the very least. You know, HayfieldBay has to be careful. Gonna probably have to use that last potion at this point, unfortunately. As Andy says, Moldorm 2, whatever.
Daaanty unfortunately taking that death there. Having the fairy, having a blue potion, but really unfortunate death.
Okay, HayfieldBay picking up crystal number 7, heading up to GT as well.
Unfortunately, we don't know if Andy's finished his Agatu fight just yet.
Probably, question mark? Just a quick reminder as well, while we finish up the Ganon fight, don't forget to give all these forerunners a follow, putting on a fantastic show for us. And while you're at it, follow my COCOM, Furious Prince 97, and our tracker, Sarah UX and Roka 96.
One of our trackers is saying that they don't actually streams, but give them some love anyways.
They're the best people to follow. Anyway, put your GGs in chat for Daaanty. Finishing up with a race time.gg time of 1:13.59, coming in first place overall on the race here. Andy's apparently still in Aga too. He'll finish up eventually. Hey, there he is. Never mind, he's on Ganon the whole time. And Obscure did locate that big key already on the climb. Not quite get the triple there. Putting in that fourth shot is Andy into Ganon. Okay, people, you know the chat. Get your GGs in chat. And Andy crosses that bridge with a final time of 1:15.52, giving PUGS the official win.
GG's to all four runners.
And it does look like Noble Foxes does go ahead and throw in the towel. GG's to them as well, please. And with that, we're joined so far by Andy and Daaanty, winner of today's race. GG's to both of you.
Yo, thanks, GG.
GG.
What were your guys' thoughts on that seed? It was a very early silvers, and having that fighter sword there in Hyrule Castle. What were your guys' thoughts?
Well, right when we started the seed, I mistakenly told Daaanty I was going to Sank instead of Sahasrahla, because both of those things are the same in my head. So we both started going to Sahasrahla.
We were wondering about that. That was awesome.
And Daaanty was like, great, guess I'm going to Sank, I guess. And so with the bow, I grabbed Hook from Sank and ended up just going to Hyrule Castle instead because I screwed things up. But it ended up paying off really nicely with the early sword, early glove. And then yeah, doing everything until Aga was really nice. But yeah, the seed was pretty nice. Like our practices kind of went from like extremely awful, like both me and Daaanty getting like over 130s into seeds like this. So it's been pretty nice the last couple.
And the exact opposite trend that me and Ari had. Like we topped it off with the famous ice rod hunt yesterday. So
we'll get more in just a minute, but we also do welcome Obscure and HayfieldBay into chat. GG's to both of you.
GG's. GG's, guys.
Right, so we got some early impressions from Pugs. How about you guys? What are your impressions overall? I know it was kind of a bit of a rough go here.
Yeah, we didn't start off too well. We had a little bit miscommunication with the lamp, so I ran into Easton without that. I don't know how it happened, but somehow Hayfield managed to avoid every heart container. Like everything just fell on my way. So he was really struggling with health. So we just had a few execution issues through the seed. So I was having a bit of a rough time, and it was kind of messing with us a little bit, the seed. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, the seed itself wasn't too bad. Everything was just kind of along the way. There wasn't really any way to, get trapped or anything in this seed. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. We just got a little off on execution.
It definitely was more restricted today, the seed, than yesterday.
Yeah, like the only it was mostly just like book into flute was like the only really rough thing, because like being funneled into Aggo, one person's gonna do pod, one person's not. So that bad play kind of like got negated because of co-op. But yeah, the book into flute was probably like worst case scenario for me, already being behind and Daaanty being the one that got the book first.
And how about pod locking the entirety of Dark World?
Yeah, we were going to bring up that Daaanty finding that mirror first there in pod really kind of opened the seed for you guys. Obviously, it's not best to have that double dip required pod, but were you guys a little bit more okay knowing it was double required, knowing that Trinex was the boss?
You mean, yeah, knowing in hindsight, of course.
Yeah.
When I decided, I told Andy, like, I'm going to pod, it was kind of like, there's no way. I said, I really wish the mirror would be here, but there's like no way it's going to be 2 days in a row that something or pod itself is locking the mirror. And then when mirror showed up, I was like, this is perfect. Like, cause it's really enticing to leave it even slightly in co-op, just because there's, you know where hammer is, so maybe you can single dip it, but yeah, getting the mail there plus the mirror was super nice, and then just being able to get hammer. I didn't really feel great about leaving that big key in Hera, but I don't know, it's been kind of a hill I'm okay dying on if we needed to.
Well, you were also the first one to find that book, and when you had found it, my first words were, "Oh, that's a great find." When at the time you didn't have another sword to check any of the tablets, you really didn't have anything else to do but other than go to Green Pendant Desert. Was there anything in your mind that said, "Let me go there quicker" than you did, or was it just, "All right, I have book, I'll get there when I get there"?
For me, like with the book, I thought about just going south, and I was like, well, if I do that, there's no way to get back to Graveyard Ledge. And then Andy kind of made it more enticing by saying, hey, there's like, I think it was Sank Heart. There was a full heart container in King's Tomb. So I was like, well, that's a guaranteed bit of help. We're not in the best shape just yet. So getting book there, I was like, well, this kind of sucks. And then I figured, well, I can wrap 45 into Swamp. We'll just hope that Swamp's not like a Trinex. And then a sword being there was really convenient just so we could knock out Bombo's tablet. And having book, it was like, I'm already here. Let's go into desert. And we had a good bit of a laugh when that was there because Andy was so far behind.
From our perspective, you guys, all four of you guys were really close up until I would say probably the Aga climb. Hayfield did have some unfortunate trouble there. But we did want to say, Hayfield, you made some really nice calls, such as like the purple chest leading into Graveyard Ledge that found the book. Can you kind of explain as to why you went directly from purple chest to Graveyard Ledge instead of just taking the purple chest right away down?
I wanted to route in the tablet. So I just started running all the way from Graveyard Ledge. Probably faster to just save and quit and go to the portal, but I wasn't thinking clearly. So yeah, just run all the way to combine that with a desert dip after the tablet.
Yeah, I don't think we had that much left at that point. I think we was literally down to purple chest and Graveyard Ledge, so it was like just route the two in together.
I don't have any more questions for you guys, unless Lana, you have any more?
No more. They pretty much covered everything. Evan, any last words from Gosh You Runners before we call it here?
Shout outs to you guys for doing the commentating, tracking, the restream, all that good stuff. Big GGs to Noble Foxes. Really, really good runners. Really good people too. So it was a pleasure playing against them, and they really brought their A game. So it was it was definitely tough.
Yeah, just to shadow what Daaanty just said, like, just thanks for putting this on. Thanks for admins and everybody who's put on this tournament. Like, I know it's a lot of fun and it's a lot of hard work on them, so they don't get enough credit they deserve, really. Yeah, just good luck to you guys. Like, me and Havel did sneak on the restream at the end there, and we was like super impressed at like your Ganon climb with, or your GT and Ganon fights with Master Sword was like, that's super fast. So you guys are really going to bring it in the brackets. So yeah, I'm excited to see how far you guys can get.
Yeah, GG's and good luck further in the tournament. Yeah, we'll definitely watch the brackets.
Yeah, GG's. Yeah, thanks for coming. Also, shout outs to Daaanty for taking the casual boots role for the playoffs.
Fall asleep.